Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and on this episode we're going to be hitting the front bumper. We did the back bumper. The back looks pretty good. I changed the whole back end of the truck and it looks a lot better. Now the front is going to be a lot heavier. The bumper I think weighs about 130 or 40 pounds or so. So we're going to go ahead and remove this bumper, which is kind of beat up. I don't know if I'm gonna even sell it. I mean, I might list it on Craigslist for, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks. Somebody will pick it up. And but here's a cool little trick. Now on the back I was using my office chair, and I was basically adjusting the rear bumper, lifting it up and down how I needed it. But on the front we have this box, and it's kind of the perfect height for the bumper. So it'll be a lot easier to remove the bumper, for example, and then install the new bumper. And also, I'm wondering if we're gonna even need the McNasty bumper kit. And this rough country bumper is for 11 to 16 F250, F350. But now that we upgraded the nose, obviously we can install it on here. So let's go ahead and remove this old one, and then open up the box, see what's in there, see what brackets we get, and then try to go ahead and install it on here and see how it looks. Alright guys, here we go, and the bumper is temporarily installed. I only have it mounted on 2 bolts, one on each side. Here's one thing I learned is with the McNasty brackets, the way they sit, because this is made for 11 to 16 bumper, they're mounted to the frame right here, and then this part mounts to the actual 11 to 16 bumper on this side. But the way this bumper is designed, it hits this mesh right here on the inside. So basically there's no mounting that's required on this bumper on the side here, but there's another bracket that it comes with, and that mounts I believe somewhere on the bottom, and then it mounts to this plate right here, which is something that I still have to figure out. So basically on a 11 through 16, obviously there's not going to be any issues. Everything's going to be pretty much bolting on with no problems, and you won't have to do any modifications. But in my case, obviously I'm going to have to do a few more things to make this more secure. This is the LED light that goes right there, that goes from the inside of the bumper, gets mounted. And then we're going to have 2 pods. They're going to go in here. We have 2 pods. We got the bar that goes in the center. That comes with the kit with the bumper. And also I won't be able to really use my tow hooks on here because it's going to be kind of weird. I don't think it's going to fit in there because the frame itself, the opening is up higher here. It's kind of all the way up here, and I won't be able to get this mounted in here. There's no way to do that, and that's one pretty much negative on installing this bumper on the wrong year, obviously. Maybe eventually I'll figure something out, but for now I won't be running any tow hooks on this bumper. Now that I have everything lined up exactly how I want it, all the gaps and everything is exactly how they should, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bumper one more time, tighten this plate over here, so that's gonna be in place, ready to go. And then I'm gonna permanently install the bumper, start installing the LEDs, and then we should be done and ready to go, and we'll see how it looks with the LEDs. Before I go ahead and close this hole up with the bumper so you won't see anything, I decided to go ahead and leave that hole open. Before I was going to go ahead and weld in the bracket, which is this one right here from McNasty. Basically you weld up the hole, and I mean that basically just closes the hole a little bit better, but I decided not to do that because there's a couple bolts right there, one here and one kind of further there. That's what kind of holds this bracket in place right there. And if I go ahead and weld this up, then I will never be able to, once I loosen the bolt, this little kind of factory that locks itself in place, it'll pretty much flop off and I'll never be able to get it in place. We got 3 holes right there, 1, 2, and 3. That's where the tow hooks bolt up. And I decided to go ahead and just use the 2 bolts that come with the McNasty kit and just bolt these 2 holes up together, because that's where the leaf spring bolts up to this bracket right here. I'm not going to use the 3rd one. There's no need for the 3rd one. And there's 2, I believe, yeah, there's 2 right there. So basically, if I don't bolt anything up in here, the leaf springs on the front will not have much reinforcement, and they're only going to be held by those 2 bolts right there. So that's why I needed to bolt something up in here so it's, you know, it's nice and secure. This is the original bracket. Kind of looks like this basically on the back side. This is from my other truck, the 2015 truck that I use for parts. And this is the bracket for the bumper to drop down, which gets bolted down to here. I use one of the bolts right here to mount this bracket. This is the opening that the bumper has. So there's no way to mount tow hook in here. I was thinking to maybe cut this out like this, then mount the tow hook. Then I'll have one, but there's no way to mount it in there because it's going to hit the bumper, because the opening only starts right here. On the 2015, you know, OEM bumper, I believe the hole is a little bit bigger, so that might work. But in my case, I'm not going to be using a tow hook, at least for now. At least unless there's something I can figure out later on. But for now, I'm not going to do that. And then the bumper itself will bolt up to here, which will add another reinforcement support through this frame flange right here. So now what I basically need to do is use this other bumper, I guess bracket, and that's going to go like this. And the bumper will go, the bumper is going to go first. This is going to go inside the bumper. And then I'm going to send the bolts from the inside basically like that, and that's going to hold the bumper in place. And I will tighten these up from the inside, because you're not going to be able to see these in front of the bumper, and that's going to be nice and secure, ready to go. And then the only thing I'll need to figure out is the 2 brackets that will go like this. They will bolt up in here, so I'm going to see if I'm going to be able to even use these brackets. Like once again, this is a, you know, this is a 2001 truck, and we're trying to fit 11 to 15 bumper on here. So if I can't use these brackets, we'll see how they sit. If I can't use them, I mean, whatever, not a big deal. If I can, I'll drill a hole, run a bolt right here, so that's gonna give it a lot more reinforcement. But if not, then whatever, you know, it'll be holding on these 2 bolts right here. and it's going to be good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and close up the bumper and then install the LED lights and see how it looks. All right guys, here we go, and the bumper is installed, and I love how it looks, especially with this grille. I don't really like the chrome grille. It doesn't really seem to go with the chrome grille, but on this truck it looks really good, and I love how it turned out. So basically I'm not going to bore you guys with the rest of the things. I'm going to clean up a little bit, and I'm going to install the LED bar and the LED pods right here, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like during the day. All right, be right back. The pods are installed, the LED bar is installed, and once I wired the lights, then I'll be able to adjust them and align them so they shine where they should be shining. But for now, they're looking pretty good. These pods, they mount inside these cutouts, and they mount on top here, over there, and they have the slides where you can slide them in or out, left or right. And on my 01, I was not able to figure out this bracket anywhere. It's kind of too short to reach those two holes right there, and then I was thinking if I can reach from there to here and then drill some holes here, that would work, but it wasn't really reaching there. So I was thinking maybe if I make a new one, longer one, that I'll be able to bolt it up right here like this, and then drill some holes right here and mount it right there. So I might do that later on. So I'll probably need about 4 inches or so, like that. Bolt it up to here. I think that's the only way I can think of mounting this bottom plate to this. But for now, obviously it's not going to work on my car, on my truck, but on the 11 to 16 it will work just fine because it has mounting points in a different location here. If you decide to get this bumper, obviously you're going to have these LED lights come with the bumper, but let me show you a little tip with the brackets that mount the LED bar right here. When I was trying to mount this LED bar with the brackets that came in the box with this light bar, and one thing I didn't realize, the box had these brackets as well. And since I didn't catch this in the instructions manual, I thought that these brackets would be the ones I'll be needing to install. So basically I installed the brackets, tried to line up the light, and it's about an inch higher than it should be. So that's why they include these brackets and these bolts in a baggie. So basically instead of this bracket, you use this kind of bracket. And you can see the hole is lower, so that's about an inch or so, and that's where it gets mounted, and the light sits exactly where it should be. So I'm guessing the only reason they include these brackets with this LED light is because they pretty much give you the LED bar kit, because they sell these bars separately, so they come with the brackets. So they basically just include this complete kit inside the box for the bumper. But if you're going to buy this bumper, now you know that this will not fit, and they include these brackets in order to replace these ones. All right, so let me show you how it sits inside the bumper so you guys will get an idea. This is what it looks like, and it can be adjusted up just a tiny bit, down a little bit, and back and forward. And the light can also be adjusted left and right here on the slider here. So I pretty much have it almost centered. This is how it looks from the front. I pretty much got the gaps pretty much nice and straight on the right side, left side, top and bottom. And I pushed the light in just a little bit, because when you don't have it pushed in, it's going to be kind of banging against the bumper, and then also it's not going to let you adjust the angle down a little bit. So as you can see, you can adjust it up or down, and obviously you don't want it straight, you want it pointing down a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit down and maybe push it up a little bit more, and then I'm going to, there we go. So now the gaps are nice and straight, it's pointing down. This side is good. Maybe I'll push this side up a little bit. There we go, pointing down. And now I can go ahead and get this tightened down. All right guys, and there you have it. The bumper is installed, lights installed, everything's ready to go. Now I can start working on the dash, get all the wiring finished up, and start finish up the interior. And that's gonna be ready to go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the comments, let me know what you think. And check out these guys down below in the description. I got the link down for them, Rough Country. Check out the bumper. If you got any questions, let me know, and we'll see you on the next one.